Yo, what is going on, guys? Today we're kicking off a brand new series. We're going to be reacting to your guys' works. I've recently been doing this on live streams, but I want to make it into a full-length series for you guys who just like watching the videos. Just because I think it's a good idea, and I think it's a good way to be able to give you guys some exposure, as well as give you guys, as an audience, something to watch, which is interesting. Hopefully you guys can get your work featured on here. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking 5 random videos that is sent to me either on Twitter or on Instagram. I'm going to be reviewing them. I'm going to be breaking them down. I'm going to be giving you guys back some feedback, and I'm going to be making this into a full-length series with a bunch of episodes. So like I said, go follow me on Twitter, go follow me on Instagram, send me your stuff, and I might pick you to be featured on this. If you don't get picked, then you can always just stop by one of my live streams. Also, one more thing before I start this, I want you guys to go in the comment section below, and I want you guys to comment your favorite video that you saw that was reacted to. So either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. I'm going to put the numbers in the top left. I'm going to put the numbers in the top right corner over there. So if you guys like, just put your favorite video number, or if you like, you can rank them from best to worst, however you want to do it. Alright, so the first thing I want to critique a little bit right here is just this. So this is just kind of knowing when to key. I feel like a lot of people that are first starting out like to use keying a lot for their videos, just because you can create some cool effects for it, but you need to know when to use it the right way. So my best advice for keying is you need to use it where it looks as most realistic as possible. So for this, I would say just avoid keying just purple sky where it's kind of like that. Maybe put something in the background, or try and make it so that this is all keyed. So we're seeing a little bit of hue difference too. We're seeing a little bit of distortion right here. You can see that this is changing. This is probably just color change effect. Any effect that I talk about, I will link the tutorial down in the description below. I'm liking those line effects we got going on. Also, I like his decision of what set he used with all the graffiti in the background. It looks pretty cool. Another thing I'd like to say is just kind of basic. I would say try and improve on making your camera more cinematic and the quality better. Sometimes this just depends on your camera, but if you know how to make a very nice cinematic look, you can create a better look. So that's something definitely to work on. Another thing is just smooth camera movements. You might have to invest in a stabilizer if you're shooting this handheld. There's the ones you can get on for $40 on Amazon. I have a lot in my description below with all my gear. So definitely invest in some stuff to make your footage more stable, just so it's not bouncing around like this. So right here, this is that glowing eyes effect that I was talking about. Another great example of the tutorials that I showed. Definitely go check out the video if you guys are interested in doing stuff like that. I like how it matches the background too, so this is a really cool part. So like I was saying, with that smooth camera motion, the only thing that I could really add on is make sure you just try and keep your subject in frame all the time. Sometimes I'm seeing the camera just dip down and you can't really see his face. So a little bit more smooth camera motion would help the video a lot. So this is a good video. Like I said, it had some really cool line effects. I had some good scenes. Only feedback I would give to just try and improve this is working on just the cinematic look of your camera, working on stable footage, keeping your person in subject, maybe change up the effects a little bit, work on that keying, make it more smooth. Guys, so next up we're going to be watching this video right here, Oshana, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, making moves. Let me open this link and we can watch a little bit more of that. Shot by M&M Productions. So let's go and watch this, react to this. So this is going to be video number 2. Okay, so Oshana Making Moves, directed by Gamecase Mohammed and Jackson McCorkle. So we're seeing a little bit of that RGB split with some hue variations, which is pretty cool. You can see that RGB right there. Looks really cool on that shot right there. We're seeing a lot of different hue stuff, just some trippy effects, some masking out the eyes. And we're seeing a little bit of changing of the trees right here, so using that color change effect again, but it looks really good in this example. So that's something that's definitely really cool, that color change effect. It's actually one of my older tutorial videos, but if you guys go and watch that, that's one of my most useful videos. Like I said, I use color change in a lot of my videos. So we're seeing some RGB splitting as well as lens distortion. You can see this distortion right here. What I like about this is the RGB distort is actually changing colors. You can see purple here, blue here, and it's kind of like hewing through. We're seeing a little bit of a clip duplicated and just changing the scale. Looks pretty cool, like some sort of like three-dimensional effect. Here's another thing that I was talking about with that keying. Like I said, make sure you guys, if you're doing sky replace, try and make it look as accurate as possible. And I'm liking this VHS overlay. I actually dropped a VHS pack just today. A lot of you guys that are watching this video are probably coming from that video, just because today is going to be a double upload. So you could go, so I have a pack letting you guys download 20 of these VHS overlays, but I like this little shot right here we got. We got some nice grain too, making it look really accurate. We got some line effects on this. We got some more mask in the eyes right here, and I like this background. It looks really good. So here's an example of good sky replacement in my opinion. We got that RGB splitting right here. Maybe I would have thrown a VHS overlay on this too, just to kind of add to that effect. But this sky replace looks really cool right here. And I would rather have something like this than just kind of like pure color. So that might just be my opinion, but I think it looks a lot better when there's actually like a video clip played over it. It looks a lot more trippy. Right here I would have probably changed the scene. It's a little bit too long for that right there, especially with that little pause. So make sure you guys are knowing when to make the cuts in your video. Saying too long at a scene, it's good to have a lot of B-roll to kind of cut between. So one big tip I would give for this is shoot a lot of B-roll, slow motion stuff, a lot more just to fill in for parts like this. So right here I noticed that there's a little bit of less editing than there was in the beginning. So make sure you guys are staying consistent. I know it takes a lot of time to edit, and that's about it. So this is a really good video. I would rank this one pretty high. I like the effects in this. As I said, there's small little things you need to work on, but really definitely in the right direction. Trying to switch up the scenes, maybe edit to the music a little bit more. Other than that, very good video. Alright, next up we're going to pick this one, J Money the Great intro shot by Divine Shot. Okay, so let's get this full screen. So right off the bat, we're seeing a little bit of this keying. Looks kind of cool, kind of like sparkly. I would say not to use that as much though, just so it doesn't get too overused. This part right here, instead of having him just standing around for a lot of this, I would have just shot a lot of cinematic B-roll and slow motion to kind of just fill in those filler spots. That's a pretty good way to get around slow parts in the song where you don't have any performance stuff. Just take B-roll, slow motion stuff, anything you can really get, anything creative works pretty well. And like I said, don't overuse that keying too much. Sometimes it can get a little bit overwhelming or look a little bit too unrealistic, so keep that in mind. A little bit more smooth camera motions just so it's not as shaky, but I'm liking the kind of direction you're going for where it's like more fast-paced, trying to go with the music. I'd say just work at it a little bit more. I like that pixel sorting right there. Here's that B-roll that I was talking about. Maybe for the beginning, like I've taken this shot like here, but in slow motion. I can also tell right here, it kind of seems like it's a handheld shot, so make sure you guys invest. Even if it's cheap stabilizer and some stabilizer, I recommend, if you really want a cheap one, $40 off Amazon, something like that. So another thing I'm noticing is there's kind of like a little bit blue tint on your camera. Make sure you know how to expose your camera a little bit better, just so it's not just as blue and like as cold of as a look. If you go and you look through your camera settings, try and watch as many tutorial videos on how to make the best cinematic look as possible. So there's a lot of videos out there, and I'm liking this effect here on the ground. It looks pretty dope. Just make sure it doesn't bleed over and go on parts like this. So if you really have to, you can actually go and mask the actual effects so that it's not affecting areas that you don't want the color change to happen. Alright guys, so that's video number 3. Let me know what you guys thought about that one. Let Divine Shot know what you thought about that one in the comment section below. Okay, so next up we've got Spice Girl Perp Rolling Up, shot by Iced Out Visuals. So go check out Iced Out Visuals. It has a decent amount of views, so go subscribe to this channel right here. We got Elevator commenting on it right here too. So right off the bat, we're seeing a little bit of VHS overlay. I just dropped that pack. Definitely go check that out if you want something like that. We got a little bit of a drone shot with some crazy fire stuff going on here. We got some of that trippy ghost effect tutorial that I talked about, where you can have a duplicated layer, change the blending mode, and kind of change it around like that. Also, the lighting in this video, I can already tell, looks very good with that neon blue, neon purple lighting. This is a cool little slow motion with shaking effect. It looks really dope. Here's that little thing you saw at the beginning with that burning. So that's dope. They definitely made that. They definitely made that prop, then had his drone looking over that. That looked awesome in the beginning. I would say a little bit too much of that VHS distortion, but other than that, there's nothing I can really pick off of that. I wouldn't use it as much there. The bass on this beat is actually pretty dope too. I'm liking those like whoosh transitions you got. I'm liking the transitions you're using in this video too. You have a lot of like those whoosh, the zooms, but this one right here is pretty dope in my opinion. I'm not even sure how you do that. So that's definitely something that's new to me that I've seen. So that's pretty unique. Did a very good job at editing to the music too. You can see that all those cuts, the transitions, they all match the bass of the beat very well. I'll play the sequence. So this is a very good example of editing to the music, changing the scene right when that bass hits. It adds to the video, it makes the video a lot better. Alright guys, so that was probably one of the favorite videos that I've reacted to. It just shows how much talent you guys actually have, so I'm actually really impressed. Lighting was really on key, editing to the music was pretty good. The transitions were really good. The effects were good. There wasn't anything too insane or crazy, but I think that actually fit the video pretty well. And all in all, that was a really good video. So definitely a really good video. Check out Iced Out Visuals. Instagram's right here on the screen, so definitely go check that out. So the last video we're gonna react is right here from Scary. We're gonna open this up. So we're seeing a little bit of that distortion with a lot of crazy shit, to be honest. Some RGB splitting. This scene right here looks pretty dope. I would say just for this song, because it's a very slow song, I would kind of slow down the visuals. In my opinion, there's a lot of stuff happening at once. With the slow song, I would have kind of gone for more like slow, keep the same aesthetic and the same kind of visuals, but like slow them down and make them like scrolling across the screen, kind of match it to the music a little bit more. Make sure that you take a lot of time matching the scene to the music. Sometimes I'm noticing this, that it's a tiny bit off. These scenes in the field are actually pretty cool with the change in the colors and the distortion. So definitely trippy, crazy visual. Like I said, just don't do it as much, especially for a slower song. So all in all, I'm liking the look that you're going for. It's a pretty cool trippy visual. I'm liking the effects that you can pull off. The only thing I would say, try and match the music a little bit better. Don't overdo too much. Try and find like the perfect mix that goes well together. But anyways, guys, that's video number 5. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of these videos. Let me know which one was your favorite in the comment section below. Your feedback, anything is appreciated. I'm gonna throw my Twitter, my Instagram on the screen one more time. Tweet me, send it to me in some way, and we're gonna start reviewing your stuff. Check out my live streams if you want to see me review your stuff live. That's always fun. It's always fun having a live stream, getting you guys in there to talk about stuff. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you guys later.